Hi, this is Mrs. Secord. If you can find this page in your notebook, I'd like for you to try these 3 problems. We're having a quiz tomorrow, and this will give you a little refresher here. Okay, so I'll pause and let you get that. Okay, I hope these are the answers you got. Square, right angles in the center of the square, 45 in each corner bisected, taking on those properties of the rhombus. And then number 2, which angles are congruent to angle 1, 2, 5, and 6. And then if 7 equals 35, what's the measurement of ADC? That would be this angle down here. We can see that these 7's 35, so 8's 35, so A, this total angle here, BAD, angle bad, sums to 70, making this angle down here, ADC, sum to 110. Okay, let's go on to trapezoids. Now a little refresher on the vocabulary. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides. And the parallel sides are called bases. And the non-parallel sides are called the legs. Okay, so the bases are A, B, and DC, the parallel sides. Here's one base, AB, and then DC is the other one. The legs are the non-parallel sides, AD and BC. And there are 2 pairs of base angles, okay? This is a base angle. Let's say this was 90. We know that this, because these lines are parallel, we know D has to be 90. And then if this angle here is 120, then this angle would have to be 60. Just a little review there, but what I'm saying for base angles is A and B are the base angles up at the top. And the base angles down here on this base DC is angle D and angle C. Okay, would you try the next WXYZ, that trapezoid, please? Okay, and I hope you got these answers. WX, ZY for the bases. The legs WZ and XY. And the base angles are W and X. And then the other base angles are Z and Y. Alright, here we have a trapezoid, and we're going to, remember how the triangles had medians to the midpoint? Well, trapezoid has a median also. The median of a trapezoid is parallel to the bases, and the length of the median equals 1/2 the sum of the lengths of the bases. Okay, so this base, EF, is 35, and this base, HG, is 40. Now, the median will go from the midpoint of this leg and the midpoint of this leg. I'll draw it in. And it is equal to the 1/2 of the sum of 35 and 40. And we'll fill that out. Find the length of KL if EF is 35 and GH is 40. So 35 plus 40, I add them together and I divide it by 2. We're just averaging these lengths, finding the average. Let's see, that's 75 divided by 2. I think that's 37.5 or 37.5. So this is 37.5 in length. Let's just practice our angles again. Let's say this angle here was 70 degrees. What's angle E? 110. They have to sum to 180 this way because they're parallel lines, these bases. And let's say this angle over here is, I don't know, 80. Then this one would be 100, right? Notice this way, they do not sum to 180 this way. 70 and 80, that's 150, and 110 and 100, that's 210. But because these lines are parallel, these sum to 180. Okay. Find the length of the median MN if AB is 20 and DC is 16. Okay, so we know this is the base, AB is 20 and DC is 16, and I'm going to draw in a median from the midpoint of each leg, and I need to know what the length of that median is. 20 plus 16 divided by 2, which is 36 divided by 2, 18. 18 is the median. See, it's 2 away from this and 2 away from 16. Yeah, this is definitely the median, right in the middle, 18. Find the length of the median MN if AB is 18 and DC is 12. Again, we just add the the lengths together, the bases, and we divide it by 2. So that would be 30. Half of 30 is 15, so the median would be 15. Okay, now let's say we have a special trapezoid, one that's isosceles, where those legs are congruent. Okay. And we also know that the lines are parallel, the bases are parallel, the bases. And we know if that's 70, this has to be 110 because of these lines parallel. Well, there's something else. When we have an isosceles trapezoid, this is making the same angle as this one. So this angle, this base angle, is congruent to this one, making that 70. And this base angle up here is congruent to this one, making this 110. Each pair of base angles in an isosceles trapezoid is congruent. So 70, 70, 110, 110. You can see it's obtuse. And then these are the acute ones. Okay. Last page of our notebook. Find the missing angles. If angle A is 50, so is angle P. And angle T, this base angle up here, T and R, will be congruent because this is an isosceles trapezoid. It told us that. Okay, then that's got to be 130, and that has to be 130. Don't even need a picture for this. If I have an isosceles trapezoid and 55 is one of the angles, give me the other 3 angles. Well, we know one of them is also 55. Probably this like 55, 55. And then the other 2 angles would be 125, right? Because these need to sum to 180. And the other one would be identical because it's isosceles. Let's do one more and finish up our notebook. One angle's 48. Okay, so we know it has a twin, 48. Then the other one must be 132 and 132. And thank you.